Good morning. So today is daily attendance, May 14th. So make sure that you screenshot. I said snapshot right now. That's not it. Screenshot and upload on SU. I think we've had a really smooth transition and introduction. I think everybody sort of understands what they're supposed to do. I will be uploading videos today for English 133 and English 145 with your instructions and your homework, okay, for this week, so we can get something in. I do like to have midterms on the second week, so that way on your third week, when you really do have midterms for everybody else, then you have time to study for that. And all we have to do is do classwork on the third week, and you can use all your time to study for the test that you have not taken yet. So midterms will be next week. I was going to do it really simple this term, and maybe have you do an exercise within the books to be able to get it done. But I see that my roster, as was last terms and my terms as they go up. I'm so sorry, I have to take this out. The terms that go out. I'm sorry, that was very rude, but this was really bothering me because I'm gonna go walking. So it's my AirPods, and they were like bothering me while I was sitting down. So my apologies. But my terms have been exceptional, and my students, as you all know, I love my students and they love me back. But the standard and the level of students that I have are exceptional, and they're very what do you call it? They're very high achievers, and they're just very high achievers, I guess is what the word is. I'm so sorry, I'm having a really hard time speaking. I usually don't have that that hard time, so my apologies, but I don't want to redo the video. So I have really high achievers, and with those high achievers, they are always challenging themselves to be the best that they can be. So I'm wanting to probably guess, based on the rosters that I've seen, and I've had a lot of students that I've had before, and then you guys came back, so that's very interesting. Although it's been some time that I had you all, so that's also very interesting. I've had students that I had last term and recent terms, but I've had students that I've had since like November, so that's very interesting that you're getting me again, because usually when you get me, you get me consecutive, and then after that you don't get me till much later, till you don't get me. That's the end of the courses that you get with me. So it's really exciting that I have students that have been with me from a while back, and that you're getting me. This is probably going to be the last term that you get with me. So so it's always a blessing to me to have my students that I have had previously, and school and classes have evolved. So I'm very much looking forward to it. So back to my midterm, right? So do you all want to be able to write on something for your midterm, or do you want an assignment within the text, within your textbook, that I can choose as a midterm? So comment down below whether you want your midterm to be a prompt on something, on something that we write about, and or do you want an assignment? The other thing is that I've really been thinking about journaling. It's very important to journal, so I think that I'm going to incorporate that this time, especially with the COVID and the self-isolation. And there's another word and term I can never think of. It's self-isolation, and there's something else that we call it. So I think it's very important to journal during this time, so maybe I incorporate that. I have not decided on that, but I will tell you later. So this is your daily attendance, May 14. Screenshot and upload. Comment below what it is that you want on your midterm. Do you want something from your textbook, or do you want a prompt to be able to write? I think those are the two. If you have any other options that you wish, then comment them below. As I have told my students, you all are very lucky, because this time I let you choose for midterm. School is not a democracy, it's a dictatorship. So I'm going to say that again. School is not a democracy, it's a dictatorship. So you hardly ever get to vote, but in my class you sort of always get to vote. So check out, make sure that you tell me what it is, so that way I can start thinking about it, and maybe I give you the assignment tomorrow, Friday. You can work on it this weekend and next, and then turn it in next week, and that would be your assignment for next week, would be to turn in your midterm. You wouldn't have any classwork. You would have classwork on the third week, but you will be having classwork today. So later on today, I'm going to upload what your classwork is individually to specific classes, right? So I'm going to have a video for English 133, and then I'm going to have a separate video for English 140. 1:45. I'm going to go walk today. I highly encourage you to get out, walk, run, bicycle. I saw some people like skating. I love that. I haven't skated in forever. I don't even have skates. I don't even know where you buy that. But they looked really like they were having a really good time. So get out, walk. I don't know if I've told you. For those of you who know me, I went to a pilgrimage this past year. In fact, I was really scheduling it and planning it. I guess I'm a loss for words, so I'm so sorry. I'm the English teacher and I'm a loss for words. So last year during this time, I was planning my pilgrimage to Spain, and so I walked Spain. It's called El Camino de Santiago, and it's called St. James Way. The Way is what it's called. There's a movie on it. And I walked for 30 days. You usually walk like 21 kilometers, which is the equivalent to about 12 miles. And if you go over Trans Mountain and back, that's exactly 12 miles. So whatever it takes a car 20 minutes to get to, it takes you all day or half a day to get to 12 miles or get to 21 kilometers. So it was a total of 778 kilometers that I walked. And you walk from one side of Spain, although I started in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, which is in France. I went through the Pyrenees, which was a forest. I almost died. It was an incredible experience. And then for 30 days I walked and I got to Santiago de Compostela. So I walk, right? So that's sort of my pilgrimage. It was very enlightening. I did it for several reasons. I did it principally spiritually. I'm very spiritual and I wanted to level up. And I also had a brother that was very ill, which I lost August of last year, and have been devastated. But I also did a manda, which is sort of like a promise that you do with God or spirit or whatever it is that you believe on, whatever. It's sort of a negotiation. A lot of religions have that. I don't know if it's proper or not, but nonetheless I did. So I definitely changed my life. I will be commenting on the Camino. It was very interesting. I do have on my YouTube, I blogged it because my students were telling me, hey Miss, will you blog your Camino? So I did. So that's what you're going to see when it's in Spain. I very much miss it. I complained a lot while I did it, and then a week later that I came back, I sort of missed it. So whenever I have a chance, I walk a lot. I usually run as well. I haven't been running last term, and some of my students had me for last term. I tore something in my lower abdomen while I was doing really heavy duty sit-ups, and I was doing a challenge I was going to do like a 30-day challenge. I didn't get to it. I got like within 15 days, and then I tore something. I always do sit-ups, but I went really hard that day and I tore something. So I was in excruciating pain, and I had to really recuperate. And one of my students specifically gave me a recipe for she's into natural what is it called, natural healing. I forget. It's because there's people here in my house and they're distracting me. But so it's called homeopathic, or natural healing, or natural medicine, or please write it down below. I knew it. I can't think of it now. So she gave me a recipe that had ginger, it had honey, and it had lemon, and she explained every single thing that was there. The ginger was deflammatory. Oh, it was a ginger, garlic, lemon hot tea, and because I was I had a lot of inflammation and I was in excruciating pain, and so she gave me the recipe, and it changed my life. It really did. I was very consistent with it. The garlic was kind of hard to take, but overall it was a great tea. The garlic was an antibiotic, I think is what she said. So that tea really helped me to recuperate. So anyway, back to my life story. I usually run and I usually exercise, but because of my injury, I have been unable to run, and I have definitely been unable to do my sit-ups. I don't foresee doing sit-ups for probably another year, which is really bad because I was doing really well with my belly. So pretty, bummed about that. But I finally got to the point where I could walk, and so I do walk. I walk quite a bit. 20 minutes is a mile. So all it takes is just get out, walk. There's a lot of stuff that you see. Can you hear the birds? They're amazing. I had little birds over here. I had a little nest, and they the chicks, hatched. And so, the birds flew away. So I highly encourage you to get out, get with nature. You have a lot of epiphanies while you're doing that, and it's a beautiful way to do with your body, and walking can do incredible. So if you don't exercise, I highly recommend that you start walking, and walking is a mile, and you'll start really needing it. If you want, you can run. Hopefully I'll start running again. Today I didn't feel like running. I really wanted to walk, so here I am. So anyway, very long intro for today's daily attendance, but this is basically what it's going to be. So remember, comment on whatever it is that you want your midterm. There was also something else that I told you. I can't remember, but check the video. So comment on your midterm. If you have suggestions, comment on that. I don't want too many because then it gets complex. And then there was something else that you were going to do. But anyway, so I think that's it. Many blessings. Super day. Ciao.